Hi, I'm Kelsey Brennan. I'm a core company actor and the director of our new professional development programs at APT, and I'm super excited to share with you this new offering from our theater. This whole thing started for me about 5 years ago when I was hired by a local organization as an actor to come in and help with their leadership initiative. And my job was to come in and pretend I was an employee with an executive. And that executive then had the opportunity to display in real time, through an improvised conversation, some of the skills that they had been learning. And I've been really lucky as an actor. I've been able to play a lot of really cool roles in my career. But this was one of those times that I'll never forget. It was really compelling, and it really inspired me to keep asking the question of how can we meet the needs and the learning objectives of businesses in our community with the philosophy of theater and the skill set of the actor. And I'm excited to show you what we discovered. When I'm teaching these workshops, I like to focus on two main areas, and that's team building and presentation skills. For me, team building is all about collaboration. And not necessarily collaborating when you all like the idea, but collaborating when you're having a difficult conversation or when there's some conflict that you have to work through. And the foundation for great collaboration is this concept of yes and. And if you've ever done any improv comedy or you've watched improv comedy, then you might know about this. But in its essence, yes and is about radical acceptance. Accepting what the person across from you is saying and really hearing what they're saying. And it's not about agreeing, because that's not always helpful, but it is about really recognizing the truth of what the person is communicating. It happens really quickly, but if we practice, if we take some time to do it, to rehearse it, then we can leverage that concept to have creative conversations that build and where everybody feels like they're contributing together. And then, of course, there's presentation skills, and we're a theater, so we kind of do that often. Presentation skills are something I like to approach the same way that I approach any role as an actor, and that's from inside out, or asking myself some really specific internal questions to affect the way that I'm showing up externally. An example of that would be, who am I talking to in this presentation? Who's my audience? What do they believe? What do they need from me? And what am I trying to change in them? Do I want them to feel something, to think something? And how am I actively accomplishing that? If you start from there, then you'll find that you organically present. Your hands do something based on what you're saying. Your voice changes pitch and tone based on your passion and your drive and your belief in yourself. And I also believe that when you do it with that type of process, you can repeat it. You can repeat it for any presentation, and you can do it most authentically. I think this programming is a really beautiful fit for the organization that we have at APT. Ever since I started here as an actor, there has been a huge focus on culture, on our value system, on our ethics. We start our conversation on day one talking about what we value and how we want to treat each other. And trust me when I tell you that a rehearsal room is full of conflict. Not so much interpersonal conflict, but we're all trying to create next to each other and take risks and ultimately fail in front of each other. That takes a lot of communication. It takes vulnerability, it takes emotional intelligence, and it takes a certain type of generosity to really see each other and agree that we're going to live by our values and we're going to support each other when we ultimately fall down. So hopefully we can take what we do and what we do every day when we're creating beautiful stories and show you how you can integrate it into how your team works together. We offer workshops both virtually and in person, and we start every relationship with a needs assessment. So let us know what you're looking for, and we will let you know how we can meet those needs with what we do at APT.